Baalbek.
Just 10 kilometers from Syria, we begin our journey along the road to Damascus. Refugee camps take over the landscape, a constant reminder of the human devastation that plagues the region. With each passing kilometer, the feeling of helplessness in the face of so much misery grows stronger. But our primary objective for this journey was to explore the ruins of the city of Anjar, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built in the 700s by Caliph Walid I, Anjar served as a commercial hub between Lebanon and Syria, situated halfway between Beirut and Damascus. Anjar's life was short-lived. A mere 44 years after being built, the city was destroyed by the Abbasids and left abandoned ever since. The ruins in Bekaa Valley were rediscovered in the 1940s, astounding visitors with their perfect planning. The city's rectangular shape is still visible, surrounded by a wall with 4 entrances facing the 4 cardinal points. From these gates, the main streets of Anjar, each one crossing in the middle and forming 4 distinct neighborhoods: the noble quarters to the east and the people's quarters to the west. From here, we head to the main destination of the day, Baalbek. You've probably heard of Baalbek from the news, and not for good reasons. This territory is technically hostile, a stronghold of Hezbollah, the party of God that controls the Bekaa Valley where Baalbek is located. Yellow flags hanging on the streetlights. Posters of party leaders, undercover agents and armed soldiers everywhere. There's no doubt, this is the heart of Hezbollah territory. Maybe that's why many people don't dare to set foot in Baalbek. But us, we do things the other way around. That was reason enough for us to come here. But that's not the real reason we came here. We came to see the most incredible ruins you can imagine. Forget Rome or Athens. The best Roman ruins in the world are right here. Baalbek is another region that was occupied by Phoenicians, Romans and Ottomans. Unlike Byblos, which was much more commercial, Baalbek was always considered a sacred place. The Phoenicians built the temple of Baal and Astarte here, the highly venerated gods of fertility and war. When the Romans occupied the region, it became Heliopolis, city of the son of Alexander the Great. Also, new gods were assigned to the temples, and they were Venus, Jupiter, and Bacchus. Here, they built the temple of Jupiter on top of the temple of Baal, considered the most ornate and impressive religious building in the history of the Roman Empire. And then, in the 600s AD, the Muslims came and occupied the area, adding a mosque to it. The city has survived centuries, wars, and it's these ruins, even though they are not in perfect condition, that are truly incredible. Everything is monumental and gives an idea of the greatness of what once existed there. Baalbek is home to what may have been the largest Roman temple in the world. Yes, that is correct, the Temple of Jupiter. Just standing next to its 6 main columns makes you feel like the most insignificant being on the planet. To give you an idea, the supporting stone blocks are more than twice my height. And it also has the largest standing temple in the world, the Temple of Bacchus, which is even bigger than the Parthenon in Athens. But it's not just the size that impresses. The intricate details from depictions of Bacchus and the Phoenician designs just left us speechless. It's just glorious to sit down and observe a game of light and shadows, taking us back into the glorious past of the Roman Empire. We wandered through the ruins almost alone, trying to piece together the past, being able to stop, sit, reflect, and also, of course, take the photos we wanted without crowds. Only us, the wind blowing between the columns and the sun reflecting on the millennial constructions, making this place imposing, intense, and overwhelming. To many, these may be just ruins, but for us, Baalbek is much more. Here you can feel the history, the past, and all of that is just magical.
In Baalbek, there is also a Shia temple called Saida Kala Shrine, which differs from a mosque because it's also a sacred mausoleum. The Saida Kala Shrine, the resting place of the daughter of Imam Hussein and great-grand daughter of Prophet Muhammad, is one of those places that we'll never forget. As with all Muslim places of praying, I had to wear a chadar and enter through the woman's only entrance, separating myself from my husband and the guide. But all the discomfort I felt quickly disappeared when I stepped inside and was surrounded by the breathtaking beauty of the Islamic architecture, full of intricate details and shimmering lights. But there was something more, something I couldn't quite explain, an energy in the air that surrounded us and brought us peace. Without any prior information about the place, and without my guide, I simply let myself be carried away by the feeling of lightness. I sat down among the women, some of whom were praying, others chatting, while their children did what children do best, playing hide and seek.
Upon leaving, we learned even more about its history. After the assassination of Imam Hussein in Karbala, Iraq, his women and children were taken captive and forced to march on camels without saddles or shade towards Damascus. Kala was only 3 years old, and it is said that her martyrdom was a result of the long and arduous journey that left her exhausted and led to her death. Her tomb is located in the center of a shrine in the kind of cage made of gold and silver, with a huge crystal chandelier hanging above it. But what really draws attention is a giant tree that pierces through the roof of the building. It is said that Imam Zain al-Abidin planted a small branch here to mark the grave. Over the years, the branch has grown into a 1,400-year-old giant tree. This place was another one of the surprises that our guide Mohammed had in store for us throughout our trip. And of course, we will be forever grateful for him for this experience.
Thank you so much, Mo. You are the best guide in Lebanon and made this trip special for us.